Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. To today in Bitcoin. Today is March the 19th, 2017. This is the home of cryptocurrency straight talk. No fancy setter graphics, just information. Thanks for the Litecoin. Thanks for the Bitcoin. And thank you for the reoccurring Bitcoin person. Hey, Roger Ver, if you're watching this, I emailed you and I sent you a direct message over Twitter. I'm pretty sure you or you guys are watching this at some point. Just tell me what day is good for you for the interview, and we'll set it up. You mentioned it in the comment section that you were up for an interview, so it'll just be a one-on-one between us, no debate. No, I mean, people are tired of watching debates. It'll be a talk. So Adam Meister's Twitter link is below. The Twitter has been off the hook lately. There's a link to yesterday's show below also. Yesterday, I forgot to say something that was just really obvious, but I just want to say it. You know, there could be a bumpy road ahead. There's going to be a bumpy road ahead in Bitcoin. But remember, we are still the 95%. We have the numbers in the community. And it's rare for me to even stumble upon like a Rogercoin fan. But they have money and they're organized. So we need to realize that the competition is serious. They are organized. So always keep that in mind. And remember to use the support SegWit hashtag on your tweets and social media stuff. So really quick, simple summary of some of the players in this whole Rogercoin thing that I mentioned yesterday, this entire drama. Again, I am not a conspiracy theorist here. I'm just saying that the other side, the fans of the Rogercoin, I mean, they have a plan. They're somewhat organized, and there's people out there that have complementary interest that can help each other. And by helping, they make Bitcoin into something maintained by a minor league team of developers. So we don't want that to occur. I mean, Roger there, he wants to win. And winning for him, I believe, is either taking over the main Bitcoin or forking and having, and that would be from a fork, of course, but also there's a possibility that he'll fork when he knows he's going to have a second very strong Bitcoin, because these exchanges, unfortunately, are going to use Bitcoin in the name of his Rogercoin. And this second coin would also enable other altcoins like Dash, Ethereum, Zcash to have very large market share, so that the original Bitcoin would be quite weak, but maybe still a little bit stronger than his Rogercoin, but things would be more evened out and he'd have a chance to one day surpass Bitcoin. Eric Voorhees, through Shapeshift, has to be one of the largest holders of altcoins on the planet in the cold storage at his business, I would assume, at least. And he wants people to desire or to have the perceived need for altcoins. He wants that perceived need to go up exponentially. Every time people ask, where can I get X altcoin? And that's been being asked quite a lot lately. Where can I get X altcoin from? He has a potential new customer, so he benefits greatly if altcoins are much more popular, including a Rogercoin. Jihan Wu, the big Chinese miner dude, he's trying to take over Bitcoin, basically, the whole mining of Bitcoin, and become very rich and destroy his competition. Very cutthroat individual. We'll get into him later. And McAfee, you know, people are making a joke. Oh, he's involved. Well, he wants power, glory, drugs, sex, and fame. And I mean, he can help. He can help. And also the Chinese government, they want to diversify into a coin that they have more control over, since they will be able to blackmail every person I just mentioned. So those are just players, and chaos among the core and SegWit supporters benefits all of the above entities I just mentioned. Chaos will also, they hope, will lead to a compromise, quote unquote compromise, which still gives the Rogercoin people what they want. And as Tone said, a compromise where Core allows a hard forked Bitcoin to be real or very powerful Bitcoin is the same as a Rogercoin just winning. So compromise is really, compromise by the core team is not a viable option. And hey, I want to be wrong about the Rogercoin fans having good plans and it being organized and all those guys really working together behind the scenes. And I will admit it in complete happiness if everything turns out great really, really soon and we don't have any turbulence and no one really had a plan and they really never had their act together and they seem kind of disorganized. They end up being disorganized, but we got to just take everything into account here. So take in everything that is currently going on with the rise of price of altcoins and the shows that some of these people are appearing on, and decide for yourself if you should be worried about those players. I'm keeping an eye on them, okay? I'm keeping an eye on them. Better safe than sorry. So in related news, Bitfury George, he's in charge of Bitfury, is meeting with Jihan and saying nice things about him on Twitter. And this is information to consider in this whole epic drama. And I linked to that tweet below. A viewer sent me this. I don't know. I mean, this is a great viewer, great guy. He said, also, you should know that Jihan Wu controls a majority of the hash power on Litecoin and is preventing it from passing there as well, preventing SegWit from passing there as well. That would be pretty bad. That's not cool. But as I thought that Roger Ver, all those guys don't want SegWit to pass on Litecoin because then it'll get the momentum going on Bitcoin and people will be more frustrated with this Rogercoin movement. So Bitfinex has this chain split token out there. Their announcement is linked to below. And also at the bottom of the Bitfinex page, you can see the price that the BCU, that's the Rogercoin, is going for right now. And, it seems like gambling to me, totally. I mean, it's interesting numbers. It's an interesting experiment. It's another way for Bitfinex to financially fix the hack that they were involved in a year ago to get everybody or less than a year ago, but to get everybody their money back. Anyway, the price for this Rogercoin right now, and again, it doesn't exist. You can read what this chain split theoretical coin thing is. It's $255. People, so we're supposed to believe that if there really was a hard fork at this point, that it would be 200. Some people would pay $255 for the Rogercoin. I don't know. It would be the second biggest altcoin out there, I guess. So decide for yourself what all that means. So the Vinny Lingham stuff. I linked to his latest article, his Invisible Hand article. So this has been big news today. In the last line of the article, he actually says it's going to scare people and maybe anger some people because he says that he has sold all of his Bitcoin, basically. He has a little bit left or something like that. So the current price, he says, of Bitcoin equals the price of both coins added together. Okay, that's good. And I guess Bitfinex is showing us that now. I guess this is part of the theory. Vinny writes, this is, again, he's just trying to share information so people understand everything better. He is a good guy, and but people are going to just scream that he's fudding and this and that, and it can be interpreted lots of different ways. But he does care about Bitcoin. I know he does, and it's his theory, and the current price drop, he says, equals a decline in profitability for the miners, and that if it drops far enough, 80% of the miners will want SegWit eventually. So if people keep selling their Bitcoin now, and Core can do SegWit at 80%, if the miners are signaling 80%, and the price will go up to $1,500. So he says, sell now. Selling now is good for the long-term interest of Bitcoin because it will force the miners' hands. And then they will be, when it goes down to $400 or something, they'll do it, and it'll go up to $1,500 because all the uncertainty will be gone. The debate will be over. That will be it. Okay, so I say to all this is support SegWit, people. Support SegWit. And let the panic people panic. Have a really strong hand, as the price drop seems to be it seems to be a legit leverage mechanism over stubborn miners. Okay, if the price drop low enough, it will force the miners' hands. And again, he mentioned $400. So super strong hands, people. I know if it actually went that low, and I'm not saying it's going to go that low, but I guess it's possible it could go that low. I mean, you're going to feel like you're going to vomit, probably, some people. But one thing not covered in all of this is the psychology. And what price do people start screaming like madness for, like the compromise, for the Bitcoin Core people just to compromise with the Rogercoin people and just have a hard fork? Just please, I can't take it anymore. Mercy, mercy. So have a strong hand. That's what I have to say. Could Vinny's sell to force the miners theory happen and Bitcoin hit $400? Yes, it's possible. I said that before. But I don't think you should sell, people. I don't think you should sell. I want to make it very clear that I, Adam Meister, I'm not selling a darn thing. Some sellers, and I'm not saying Vinny, but some sellers want you to sell so they can buy back your coin when it is cheap and beat you to buying it back. No way. Just no way. Don't sell. I mean, let others be the ones punishing the miners. I like sharing information with you guys and saying why we should not hard fork and influencing people with words. That's how I punish. You guys could do the same thing without selling any Bitcoin and possibly helping speculators. I'm an investor in Bitcoin. I'm not a trader. So, and I encourage people not to be traders. So daily changes don't matter. I mean, what the heck? It went down $200 the other day or something like that. I don't know. I'm invested with a long-term belief of 2020 at least. And again, if it gets to $500, I'm buying at least 20 of them. Okay. I'll find $10,000. So on my end, I still see in my little world over here, because we're all in little different bubbles and we encounter different people. On my end, I still see newbies buying and coming from the mainstream. And this is not in most Bitcoin people's knowledge experience bubble. Trezors are still sold out. If they start to hurt, then we know Bitcoin interest has gone down. But I mean, it's still such a hot product. People still want cryptocurrencies out in the world. The investment world wants this innovation still. Regular buy and hold people want digital gold. Gold and hold. This is gold and hold. This is a gold and hold thing, baby. Vinny may know very wealthy Uber investors. I know non-tech, long-term gold type people who have no clue what Bitfinex is, what Coinbase even is. There's no panic on the super newbie middle class side that I can see. They just don't know what is going on yet. So who knows how much they will even care about these issues that we're talking about here that are just dominating it's just dominating our world. Our Bitcoin world, this Roger Ver thing, dominating it. I mean, I talked the whole show about it. Another thing we could do, let's call their bluff. Let's call for a hard fork now. Let them hard fork now. The more they delay, the more panic and the more likely they will become the real Bitcoin. I mean, in terms of mining ability, they can, and we don't want people to be panicking and become desperate and saying, just hard fork, please, God Almighty, please, Bitcoin, Rogercoin, we want you to be the real. No, at this point, if they hard fork today, I don't think psychologically among the community and media, they would ever be considered the real Bitcoin. They need more time to get everything together. They probably need. And I think Tone in his video even said that there's no way they do it below 50% of the miners. So, hey, everyone, we got like 200 people in there now. Wow. Hey, guys, leave comments. Pound the like button. Thumbs up this video. So I linked to an article about this again. Jihan Wu wants to accelerate the Bitcoin Unlimited hard fork, regardless of community sentiment. So that's good. That's good. He wants to, for some reason, Jihan Wu is saying that he's in a rush to do this. Good. Do it tomorrow. Be my guest. The major takeaway is, go ahead and rush it. This makes it more likely it's gonna fail and just disappear, become not even the second biggest altcoin out there. Okay. If the Vinny sell strategy is correct, then you don't have to do anything, you guys out there. You don't have to do anything. Look around YouTube and Twitter and read the panic stories, how people have just sold or want to sell. Questions about what coin they should buy into. Enough people are going to leave Bitcoin foolishly, I say, that you don't have to leave. You don't have to sell your Bitcoin. I could say it a million times. Think 2020. Think the Bitcoin halving of 2020. Don't sell until then. And still people will do the complete opposite and tell me they did the complete opposite and just be like, well, why did I do that? So I'm not selling. I'm in a position where I was not going to touch my Bitcoin until at least the 2020 halving. And if I'm even going to touch them then is questionable. So I can live a life where I don't need to cash out. People should actually be in that position, or else they have been in too deep into Bitcoin for a while. Again, what happened to savings? Bitcoin should be your savings. Do you cash out your savings account at every Fed meeting when Janet Yellen says something? I mean, does that seem logical? Like, no. I mean, I know sadly thrift and savings has been totally lost. I linked to the DeSantis Twitter feed again. I still find it interesting. It's something just to follow him, diversify your thoughts. You can learn some things. Tone Vays, he still has a strong hand, and he's not selling just like me. He still has a price bottom for Bitcoin at $915. So watch his show. It was really fun to watch, and I appreciate that he ended it and let me start mine. We had the timing all right tonight, and that's really cool of him. I mean, we're friends and everything, but I linked to his show below. And again, he was part of that epic This Week in Bitcoin last week, where he made an unscheduled appearance. And then this week, he is going to be on This Week in Bitcoin with Lauren Gamaroff from South Africa and some other a guy. I haven't decided yet who yet. We've got a lot of people who want to be on. And an interesting point that Tone brought up, if you sell your Bitcoin now in panic, if there's a hard fork, you're selling it because you're like freaked out about the hard fork, right? But if there's a hard fork, you're not going to have any. If there's a hard fork and you keep your Bitcoin, you get two Bitcoins, okay? One might be one's a Rogercoin, but still, now you're going to get nothing. So it's sort of an insurance policy almost to just keep your Bitcoin. Think of it that way. I'm just trying to convince you to save your Bitcoin, people. I really personally don't care that much about the Rogercoin part of it, but you guys are making irrational decisions by just selling all your Bitcoin for dollars. Anyway, Peter Todd had an interesting tweet out there with some miners threatening 51% of tax against Bitcoin, because that's what this is. Researching a proof of work chain is a good backup plan. I linked to his tweet, and he also links to some site, btcpowupdate.org. And you know what? Yeah, called it a 51% attack. The miners have a lot of power here. We're seeing GDAX, which is the exchange that Coinbase owns. They have a blog post out that I linked to below, and I think it's good news. They don't seem to respect the Rogercoin very much at all. They basically said there's no guarantee that if you have your Bitcoin at GDAX, whenever this fork might happen, that you'll ever get Rogercoin out of it from them. So, and if you remember at BTC-E, a completely different exchange, if you had Ethereum there when Ethereum split, they never gave you your Ethereum Classic. Never. They lost it. One last thing. I'm going to definitely be in Cyprus starting April the 28th, and I will be in the region until the 14th of June. Cyprus will be my Paphos, Cyprus will be my home base. So if you're around, hey, contact me. Adam@TresorHelp.com. Anyway, I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. I post a new video here every day, sometimes two. I stay up till 1 a.m. in the morning to make you happy because I am in Lisbon, Portugal, and it's late as anything here. Check out the notes section below for my crypto addresses and other important links. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. That was Bitcoin Today. I will join you all in the chat right now.